Hey guys, welcome back. Video 2, continuing of this Elliot wave introduction. Alright, so last time I ended up with explaining the 5-3-5-3-5 waves all the way up and then 3 waves down for correction. Before I go into the correction side of things, how far can these things go? How far? Because I showed you 1 and then wave 2 can come down to 618 or between 38 and 786. Wave 4 most of the time is down to 38%, but obviously can go all the way down to 618. But now how long is wave 3? How do we measure that? So we've got our Fibonacci retracements for these ones, but we also have another one called Fibonacci trend-based Fibonacci extension, which looks like this. You have to touch 3 points. So if I touch the bottom or the start of wave 1 to the top of wave 1, and to the bottom of wave 2 now. So it's basically where it starts, where this one swings, and where this one swings, okay? So I'm just going to move mine slightly to the right so we can see where our targets could be. So if I look up here, you will see that, and the rule is wave 3, is most of the time longer, always the longest wave. It doesn't always have to be the longest wave, it just cannot be the shortest wave. So wave 1 can be short, wave 3 can be longer than that, and wave 5 can even be longer than wave 3, which is an extended wave 5. That does happen, or vice versa, wave 1 could be extended, as long as wave 3 is not the shortest. But in basic Elliott wave analysis, you'll see that most of the time, wave 3 is the longest wave. Now, if wave 1 moved to there and came back to this level, how far can we expect wave 3 to go to? So as a rule, normally it goes to the 1618 extension. So what does that mean? From 1 to 2, if I equal that of wave 1, it'll go to the 100%, which is over here. Okay? So this and that, so I'll show you. If I put my line tool here, I measure that, and I drag my line and I put it at the bottom of wave 2, see it ends exactly here on the 1. That just tells me that from here to there, it moved exactly equal legs on that one, so 100%, okay, or 1 to 1. Most of the time, because 3 is longer, it should go to minimum 127, and most of the time we'll see it goes to the 161 extension. So right there. This is normally the minimum target for me to look at before I consider anything else. If I see a short equal waves like this, 1 to 1, I start to think it's an ABC correction and not an impulsive wave. So I always get worried when I see that. I prefer to see a 1618 at least as a minimum target. Most of the time, you'll also see this where people will take their profits and you'll find a bit of a block there and they'll start correcting slightly. And then if it's a really strong trend, it'll break right through, double it to 2, and extend all the way to 2618. All right, that's very common actually. And if that doesn't hold, it can go all the way to the 3168 extension of the Fibonacci levels. And of course, if that doesn't hold, there's the next one, 4618. Okay, so now we've projected the length of wave 3, and we've finished our correction wave 4. How long is wave 5 going to be? Now this one is quite simple. Most of the time you could, well, one measurement actually is, before I say this, 5, you'll see it's always got the, well, irregular, very different to all the other counts, because other counts you can have a nice measurement for 2, a 3, and for the 4. But wave 5 is the one that you almost never know where it's going to end. So as a minimum target, if I measure the length of wave 1, and then from the bottom of wave 4, okay, see it extends to 2 or the double exactly. That is now a little bit higher than wave 3, so it's all legal. It's broken the high of 3 and it's gone up to there. That could be the end of wave 5 before your correction starts. Wave 5 can also be the 618 extension of your impulsive move down here. So you take your Fibonacci extensions, and I'll show you now to draw that. Okay, so that's equal legs 1. If I use my extension tool, trend-based Fibonacci extension, if I draw it from 1 all the way up to the 3 this time, and down to the 4, you'll find that wave 5 very likely will end right here, which is the 618 extension. So let me just pull it down for you. So we're looking at something in that area. Okay. So if you look at that trend or that scenario, it looks very similar to a little bit longer than 1, shorter than 3, and it's a closing above the 5, which is all very valid. Okay, so that's your common ways of looking at where 5 could start or end. But of course, while we're observing this, I mean, this thing, like I said, it could stop anywhere from, it could be equal to wave 3, anything just a few rands or a few cents above it. So what we have to watch is when this is working its way up, okay? And it should be 5 waves. So if you see the 3 waves up, always expect one more push, and this wave 5 could be, remember, equal to 3, just above 3, could be all the way up there for 3, so you could have an extended 5. Either way, once you count a decent 5 waves up in your 1 hour chart, you'll find, okay, now it's looking ready to finish off. As soon as it comes down and does a small retrace, that's when you know, okay, it's done, and we can move on to the next section or next count. Okay, so that's your basics of your first 5 waves up for Elliott wave, impulsive wave. Now let's look at your correction. So your corrections could be all sorts of things. You could have like we've got here, a zigzag. It could be a flat where it's like, looks like something like that. So it's very flat. It doesn't go much past where it starts and ends and so on. You could also have, I mentioned earlier, a triangle, which is in a 5 wave move, and it breaks up and carries on to the upside again. All right, so your triangle typically looks like that. Triangles, like I said before, most of the time you'll find them in a wave 4 and in a wave B correction. So let me just clear this up. So a triangle you'll find right here in a wave B, because wave B is always a 3 wave correction, and for wave 4. Wave 2 will never have a triangle. If it's a triangle, then our count is wrong, it's something else. Then it's most likely an A, a B, and a C. And then watch out for another correction or another move down this way. Wave 4 could be a flat, could be a triangle, could be a zigzag, could be anything. And then if I go to this correction, remember I said most of the time comes in the wave 4 area. This first move down on the A, okay, that could be a zigzag, could be a diagonal, could be anything like that, or a flat. Same for the wave B, there's a 3 wave structure. Again, this could be a zigzag, so you can go from there to there to there and then up again. Or it could be a triangle like this one over here, and all this will make up your B. If it's a triangle, obviously your B will be more sideways like that, or very sideways like that. Okay, so that's A, your B, and then C will always, again, like your impulsive waves, will be made up of 5 small subwaves to close off your C, okay? So A and C will be 5 waves, B will always be 3 waves. Now that's the basics of it, guys, but now keep in mind that corrections can be quite extended. So we could have a zigzag like this. Let me just get this out of the way. So we could have a flat, and now we think, okay, cool, we're done, let's go. And then it decides to, you know what, I'm going to make another 3 wave move, so it makes another move like that, and then it goes sideways for wave B. So now we've got A, a B, a C. So that will look like this. So now from there we've got an A, the triangle is the B, and there's our C as a zigzag. Okay. So now we've got one correction, another sideways correction. If you have a double correction like this, most likely you will find a third correction, which could be, in this case, let's say it's a zigzag. Okay, hypothetically. 1, 2, 3 sharp moves. See how it breaks the lows here again. So now you're thinking you're done, breaks the lows, reverse sharp, and then that's where you actually get your impulse move from here going up. Okay, so that is all the different scenarios you can, well, actually many different scenarios. You can have one zigzag, one flat, one triangle, so it's one correction. Or you can have a double correction or even a triple correction. And things like this end up happening. So we'll count 1, 2, 3 waves, which is your W. 1, 2, 3 waves, which is your X. 1, 2, 3 waves, which is your Y. So if you ever see us using W, X, Y, that just means that everything we've done inside that is a three-wave structure, and a three-wave structure, okay, to make this final W, X, Y. Now, I don't want to scare you, but there's could be also a W, X, Y, Z. So let me show you this one. So you could also have still W, X, Y, another three-wave structure for another X, then your Z, and then only have your move up. And this happens sometimes. It's not as common, but it does happen. So be careful of that. Only once we get this correction finished, this is a guaranteed end of the correction. You will never see anything further than this. But most of the time, WXY, we should good to go. Okay, so with corrections, when you know when to enter, when it's over, let's say hypothetically we count this 3 waves down here. We notice 5, 3, 5 for FC, and we're quite confident this is now over. So where would you enter this? So what I would do is take from there, the bottom, my Fibonacci retracement tool, and project all the way to the top of wave 5, and just move it to the right. And what I do now is I watch this area. So I've got my 550 and 618. I can also watch by 786. But the problem is, guys, you can be anywhere between 38, 50, 618, and 786. Sometimes you can even go down to 886, as long as it doesn't go past the bottom here. So if this is the low price, wave 1, wave 2 must never cross over. Remember, that's one of the rules. So if this is 5 up, we've got 3 down, and let's say we're lucky and it stops right here on the 618. So there we go, 618 level. Now I bow my order in place, I click the buy button, and there we go. So what do we look for once we're in this trade? Well, we hope that we're going to get a repeat of this 5 waves. So let me just grab this. Come on. There we go. So now we're looking for the same thing again. So we've got our 5 up, a 3-wave correction. It was a nice simple correction, so we could read it nicely. We enter the market here, and we're looking for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And after that, we look for the same thing again as your ABC correction from there, and we play that one. This time, it probably won't be a zigzag, most likely be a flat scenario or a triangle, something like that, before it carries on again. And we look for next 5, 3, 5. And that is if we're in, let's say, the, what do you call it, the crypto trade, and it's bullish forever and it doesn't stop. But eventually, we'll end up with 5 waves at the top, and it must come down for a bigger correction. Okay, so I'll talk to you more about correction patterns, how they look, how to enter them, how to analyze them. For me, I think once I've mastered all my patterns for the corrections, it gave me such better confidence for entering my targets. Just so you know, if you enter it here, your stop loss will be down here. So if we took this, wait for this trade to finish here, 1, wait for 3 waves down, 2. Now all you have to do is have your stop just below this area here, below wave 1, because it cannot touch wave 1 again. So that is your only stop loss, is that little piece there. Okay, that little piece there is your stop loss. That's all it is. Okay, guys, for the next videos, I'll carry on with more of this.